Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we are talking about the Hubbardton Forge 12-arm ribbon chandelier. This is going to be the large one, the 104107. Let's get into the details, lots to talk about. So this is going to be 38.6 inches high, and that's going to be from the bottom of the fixture to the loop where the chain starts. So that's your overall height. 37.3 inches diameter. So something to remember about this is a big chandelier. It's going to be shipping on a pallet. Common carrier, which is an 18-wheel truck, and these are little details that you should know, okay? Just in case you're in a place that's kind of hard to get to, like up on a mountaintop or something like that. So moving on from there, let's talk about more details, and how I can show those to you is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this fixture on our website, look over on the right-hand side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. That is going to show you a lot of information. It is going to show you that this is going to be shipping with 17 feet of wire. That's quite a bit. You could hang this from a second story, possibly a third. It's going to be shipping to begin with 3 feet of chain, and it's probably a heavier gauge chain than what I'm holding. However, it's going to be 3 feet. Chain has a seam on one of the sides allowing it to open and close, and there's a tool that your installer will have to do that. If you guys need more chain than 3 feet, just drop me a quick email or call and I can walk you through how we do that. You can always buy more chain and add it to each other to make longer pieces, okay? Moving on, let's talk about canopy. It's going to be shipping with a 5 1/4 inch round canopy. It's going to go over your junction box. This is you guys will have in the ceiling, 4-inch J box. This is weighing in at 28 pounds, which means that UL tells us to tell you that the weight of this has to be attached to an overlying structure of your building. So in other words, this has to be actually attached somehow to your building, and you'll see more details on that page about that. It's a weight restriction on anything over 25 pounds. Okay, so let's talk about what's inside of this. It's going to be a big deal too. So you're going to be able to put in 12 100-watt bulbs for incandescent. And remember incandescents? We had these when we were younger. This is a standard incandescent A19 light bulb, and this is probably a 60-watt Philips. This is a A19 LED. This is an A19 LED. This is an A19 LED. So kind of get my point here. There's lots of A19 LEDs that you can put into this. There's really no reason you can't use any of these. You want to stick with the standard A19 size because that's what's going to fit nicely into this piece of glass. And this is the glass that's going to go onto it. Beautiful shape. Beautiful opal glass from Hubbardton Forge, all hand blown. I'll get into details on that in just a little bit. But you want to stay into something that's going to sit inside this and not protrude out the top, which would be a larger light bulb like this, an A21. So this is too big. A19 size is where you want to go with this. And you can see there's different types of A19s. The bottoms of these that are opaque, the opaque white, they're holding drivers. And this one is the new phosphorus one, and this one actually the driver is way down below. There's a little circuit hiding in this. So a couple little details on when you get into lights like this. I would probably recommend going for one of these clear guys that has the driver hiding way down in the bottom. The reason why is most of these guys, which you guys are used to seeing, I'll take one down here, light goes up and out like this. It doesn't really go down as much as I would like it to, so you may get some shadowing down in the bottom of this. If you guys go for one of these bulbs, which you can get at any hardware store, even my grocery store sells this, I think CVS sells these, light's going to go way down, so the whole thing is going to completely glow. Those are little details you really want to notice when you're putting these things in. There's no limit to what you can put into this other than the size for an LED, because LEDs don't draw a lot of electricity and they don't generate a lot of heat. 100 watts for incandescent is because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. So you can basically go to town on this. You've got 12 arms. I would probably just put in 12 60-watt equivalent LEDs and call it a day. Make sure that you buy a dimmable version of this. That's going to be pretty important. And put it on a nice dimmer that's set up for LEDs. You can also choose the color temperature of your bulbs and of the light actually coming down. This is 3000 Kelvin. That's the warm white. That's kind of like this guy, the incandescent bulb we grew up with. I tend to like that. It really warms this glass up. Right now this glass looks very stark white, but when you have this 3000 Kelvin coming through it, it warms it up quite a bit, so it isn't so stark white. On top of that, let's talk about the other kinds of light you can get. So there are some of you that like that whiter light, and that's called daylight, and that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. Totally up to you. I tend to like the warmer one. Some people who call me, they absolutely love that 5,000 Kelvin white light, and that's kind of like doctor's office light or hospital light. But you know what? Some people absolutely love it. That's also called daylight, and it's a little misnomer, because daylight you expect it to be the warmth of sunlight, but it's just not true. So that's a very white light, the daylight. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about that socket one more time? So, and the glass and how it's going to go on. You're going to notice this tool is going to be coming with it, and this tool is going to take the place of your hand, putting this retaining ring on. But you know, my hand can get into this really easily without a problem. So here we go. Putting my hand on, putting on the retaining ring, taking my hand out, and then it's on. There might be some of you guys out there who want to use this, and if you do want to, here's a little trick. So take your retaining ring, and this has got threading on the inside. It's going to go over your porcelain socket, which is threaded as well. You'll notice there's ridges on one side's flat. The end of this is flared with little ridges in it and notches, so you're going to put it in like that. However, it likes to fall out. So what I generally do is I'll take the piece of glass. After I put in that little piece there, I'll just lower the glass onto it, use two hands, go over, slowly put it over the socket, and then just turn it till it's snug. Don't go too tight. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, remember? And then you're going to pull it out. This is going to be on there. This will not be in there. You'll take this and put it into a kitchen drawer and forget about it for 10 years. And then your glass will be on, and you'll be all finished with that. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the ends. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video, so it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads laying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen. Take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together, and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to. Okay. And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.